Imagine striking it rich overnight, becoming some of the wealthiest people per capita in the entire world. Sounds like a dream, right? For the Osage Nation in the early 1920s, it was a reality. But this dream quickly turned into a terrifying nightmare. In the late 19th century, the Osage people were forced onto a seemingly worthless piece of land in Oklahoma. But then, a discovery was made that would change everything: oil. Massive, gushing wells of black gold were found right beneath their feet. By law, the mineral rights belonged to the Osage, and they began receiving huge royalty payments, making them incredibly wealthy. They built mansions, bought fancy cars, and hired white servants. They were living the high life. But then, a shadow fell over Osage County. One by one, wealthy Osage men and women started dying under mysterious circumstances. Anna Brown was found in a ravine with a bullet in her head. Her cousin, Henry Roan, was shot dead in his car. Anna's sister, Molly Burkhart, watched in horror as her other sister, Rita, and her husband were killed when their home was dynamited. The local authorities seemed unable, or perhaps unwilling, to solve these crimes. The death toll kept climbing, and a wave of terror gripped the Osage community. They called this period the Reign of Terror. Who could they trust when even their supposed friends and neighbors could be plotting their demise? The Osage Tribal Council, desperate for help, reached out to the federal government. This case landed on the desk of a young, ambitious director of a brand new agency, J. Edgar Hoover and his Bureau of Investigation, which would soon become the FBI. Hoover sent a team of undercover agents, led by a former Texas Ranger named Tom White, to infiltrate Osage County. Posing as cattlemen and insurance salesmen, they slowly began to unravel a dark and sprawling conspiracy. What they discovered was shocking. A prominent local cattleman, William Hale, a man who called himself the King of the Osage Hills and pretended to be a great friend to the tribe, was the mastermind. He had systematically orchestrated the murders of Osage people to inherit their oil rights through marriage, manipulation, and cold-blooded killing. His nephew, Ernest Burkhart, who was married to Molly, was one of his key accomplices, poisoning and plotting against his own family for money. The investigation was one of the FBI's first major homicide cases, and it exposed a deep-seated web of greed and corruption. The eventual convictions of Hale and his co-conspirators brought some measure of justice, but the scars from the Reign of Terror run deep. It's a chilling reminder of how greed can drive people to commit the most unspeakable acts. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as compelling as I did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history's forgotten chapters.